Hi everyone, welcome to the Modern Day Woman Show. I'm Al, I'm going to be your host today. I'm joined by my powerful, strong panel, Shauna, Amy, Sarah, Tiffany. And today, we're going to talk about sex on your period. Would you have sex on your period?
Hell to the yes.
Oh, can I be 50-50?
Yes, I'll allow it.
No.
Absolutely.
I am 100% yes. However, there are some do's and don'ts when it comes to period sex. Should you let your partner know that you are on your period before sex? Shauna, I'm going to leave you out of this one. Amy?
I feel like it's polite.
I think consent.
I think it's just polite.
During
like,
sex.
to just be like, oh, just so you know, like, I'm bleeding right now.
Sorry, I know you're going to leave me out, but do you put I always make an announcement when I'm on,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, normally it's well known.
Yeah.
I think
everybody
can
get
really pissed off at everything.
Yeah.
Say you're having a one night stand though.
With who?
Well, you're never going to see them.
Say we're in a situation where it's any sexual partner. You're
Okay.
on a night out, you're having a
Yeah,
one night
yeah.
stand, whatever.
I'll tell them, they start touching me and I'll be like, I'm on my period.
Yeah, consent all the way for me.
Yeah.
What
I
about you two?
would not take someone home if I was red dripping downstairs.
Okay.
If I was on my jam rag, I mean, if I was with the man, then yeah, but I wouldn't
Yes.
take someone home and be like, by the way, I'm bleeding.
I think it's a totally,
And for me,
total personal
I
choice.
think if there's a crime scene going on in your pants, you do need to let them know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to let your man know. I'd just secretly douche in the bath and just be like, and then sit on it and be like, oh my god, accidentally,
Douche your
I've bled on you.
In
Yeah,
the
like what you douche in the bath, so you just pull all the blood out, and then you just
What?
you can chill for like
Oh,
3.
I've
You can like
Like, you suck it in.
You could like chill for like 3 hours with no blood or
But
something.
see,
like
how
that.
do you like
Can I
to
just,
do?
like,
Do you actually douche your vagina?
Well, you shouldn't do it because it causes BV.
Exactly.
But I have done it in the past because sometimes a bitch needs a D.
Hold on, you did it when
But
you was
do
on
you
your
know
period.
that?
I've done it on my period, yeah.
So what?
So I will make myself come, and then that stops the blood for a bit as well. So there you
learn
go.
something new every day.
Douche
every
no
day.
more.
Douche no more. No, but I douche for the.
But if you've come already, then what's the point in having
Yeah, that was
I'm
just
good
about
with
to say.
one.
Yeah.
I feel like as women, we should take full advantage of the fact that we don't just come and go limp.
Come,
do you know what I mean?
come.
Well, it depends on what
Let's
type
keep
of
on
orgasm
allowing that
you're
long,
having.
do you
The
know
type
what I mean?
of orgasm I have, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
I feel like not that much blood is actually coming out because essentially, like if you've whatever you use for sanitary products, once you've taken it off or taken it out, you go into straight like plug it back up.
Yeah, it's never
So,
been like
there's not
heavy,
that
heavy,
much
heavy,
of
like,
a mess.
down
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, mine's heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
No, but like I mean during sex.
Do you mean like rain, like let rain on me?
Like if you were back, like if you're on top or whatever, it's not going to be like pouring out.
Well, if there's some decisions you need to do if you are going to have sex on you, or is it?
Would you get on top? I don't think so.
I think it's a free.
I wouldn't
for all.
69.
But don't you think? I mean, I'm 50-50. I mean, I say that's the time where your body does need to have a rest. But then, in certain circumstances, so say if my husband was away and he'd been away for months, and this was the 1 week he was there.
Yeah.
You know, there are probably exceptions.
You'd make exceptions to the
But
rule.
I wouldn't say it was under a normal circumstance. I'd say no. So
I think
there is
it's-
exceptions.
Yeah,
I
we're
would
all
never
different.
say no.
Yeah, we're all different. But when I'm on my period, I'm like, I sense it coming a few days before, and I'm like this siren that has to have an orgasm.
Really?
And I'm just like, my drive is high anyway, and then it just.
I actually
Skyrockets.
really like period
Yeah, I
sex.
do.
Not just like, oh, I would do it, but I actually like it. I feel like you're more naturally lubricated for a start. You're more sensitive as well down there, and also your whole body's more sensitive.
I just looked at your boobs then because she's like.
I was like, you know, wow.
And like whenever if I've got like cramping, I always feel like it's like an internal massage. Like it helps with the pain, and when you have an orgasm, you've got
I just feel like
happiness.
when I'm on my period, I want to be left alone.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to I just want to be to myself. Do you know
Do you
what I mean?
ever have like solo play?
Okay,
on
so
your
we were just
period?
about to say this, obviously, because I'm with a girl, it's a bit different. I'm obviously not going to go down on her while she's on her period, but there has been
You say obviously.
where,
but
not
some
obviously,
people-
yeah, that's true. We're very synced, so I come on straight after
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, we have had sex when like one of us are on, but if she's on, I won't touch her, she will just touch me.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so
things
it's
that,
like, yeah.
not touch it. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine it, man.
What should you be aware of before having sex on your period, Sarah?
That you can still get the clap.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hadn't considered that. Yeah. You can still
Good
get
point.
pregnant.
I was just about to say that. Do people
Yeah.
have sex on their period thinking they won't get
I
pregnant?
don't think it was
Considered
possible.
actually.
I thought you ovulate. I thought you could only get pregnant a few days after your period. So that's news to me that you can get pregnant
Yeah.
while you're actually on
On
your
your
period.
period.
But there's
Yeah.
also the myth of you can't get pregnant while breastfeeding, and I have
I
lots
don't
of
think
friends.
that's true, yeah, so that's
I
not
have lots
true.
of friends
Yeah.
that have, you know,
Yeah.
failed at that.
Mhm.
They have their kids now. Amy, what should you be aware of having sex on your period?
Gosh, I don't know. I just think that probably it is a bit more messy, maybe a little bit more.
There's more preparation
Smelly.
needed.
That's what I'm saying.
A
Like,
bit like more metallic.
It's like-
yes, that's. You know, like the
It
pennies.
is metallic.
A whole lot of irons on my body right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like, can't you wait?
You've
You're
been
not
saying that all day.
Can you not wait? Like, not on your period for any more than 7 days. I don't
No.
believe.
But you don't need
Can't
to
wait.
wait.
Can you not like?
No, sauce.
But like, you can't.
No, the thing is,
Do you
I
know
do
what?
agree with
Do you know what? I
do
don't
agree.
see it as a nasty thing in your sense. You were with your partner for what, 12 years? In that sense, if you've been with someone on that sense and you connected
Yeah.
and like it just happened, but still for me, no.
What I
like,
also will
just
say is
the hygiene level
Is
of
there
it.
like high risks of like infections and that when you do
I
that?
actually don't.
Look,
Because your
it's
wounds like
sterile.
open, isn't
No,
it?
that's-
No,
that's
but your
a really
wounds
good
open.
point.
I just think about the
Like you,
No.
especially
your
with
wounds are
oral
open.
sex, like have you,
Your
like you said,
cervix is
That's
slightly
really-
open.
that can't
Yeah.
be very hygienic to, suck your period blood. Like,
But it is
basically.
actually.
Is it?
Well,
where these
period
facts show?
blood is sterile. Just like it's been in your body, it's sterile, it's not contaminated, it's coming out.
I did not know
It
that.
is sterile. So it would
I still
not
don't
hurt
believe
you.
that. Where did those facts come from? I still don't believe that to be true.
What I
is
will
sterile.
say is that as a cyclical female, there are weeks when I'm not on my period
Mhm.
where I don't want to be fucking touched.
You don't want to be
So,
touched.
but as me personally, when I'm on my period, like, don't get me wrong, like, if I'm having, like, the cramps from hell, I'm just like, no, don't go near me. But, you know, I'm not some sort of banshee that as soon as I get the red flag, I'm like, woohoo, let's go.
So hold on, are there guys that like to have? Because obviously
There must
you've
be.
There
had
are.
sex with your partner, you've been together for 12 years. So to me,
And
I
I will
don't think that's the
say-
thing. But are there guys that will meet a girl on the first night and feel comfortable having sex with her on her
Yeah.
period?
I will say that was only
I
a
don't
recent thing in the last couple of years or so.
Yeah.
I remember the first time it ever happened, I came on mid-sex,
Mhm.
and it made him feel like he wasn't expecting it, so it like made him feel really sick because he was
Yeah.
like a bit
Can
squeamish.
you imagine?
Yeah.
For a
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah, because the penis is covered in blood. So imagine it's like them living a period. No, but it's like they're pulling the penis out and it's covered in blood. Imagine a man having a period,
I
please.
know.
Could you imagine a man's penis bleeding
And
every
going
month
up, yeah.
for a
Could you
week?
imagine that? A man's penis bleeding going up your vagina?
But, you know,
Exactly.
I
It's
know of a
literally
man that has a fetish specifically for this, as in gets very, very, very into oral sex when his
Really?
girlfriend is
Is
on
on
her
her
period.
period.
And I
Fair
personally,
enough.
that is a bit too much for me. Like, it's okay, it's being natural, but when it's being like fetishised.
Yeah.
I think that's a step.
And I think that's the thing. I think it's two people that are having sex. It's such a private thing. And I think if you're happy and he's happy, go for it. But if one person's not, then it's a no.
I would let him if
If
he
your
was up
partner-
for
Sarah,
it.
you think
that's
that's
about
about
It's not my mouth.
Would you
100%.
actually feel comfortable with like blood like in his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want it in my
I do
mouth.
love a good vampire
Not
film
at all.
though.
I'm obviously with my girlfriend, and I would never, ever, ever, ever.
What if it was an accident and she like
Yeah, like halfway through you came on your period.
and it
What do you mean? That ain't that happens. No, but not like a tap. Red blood,
No,
like a
not
tap.
a
when
tap.
it goes
not
down.
like blood.
Maybe like if my fingers were up her and I took it out and I'm like, well,
Would it put you off?
nah, because I wouldn't carry on. Like,
So it would put you off.
It would be.
yeah, it would put me off, but I know what type of person my girlfriend is as
Yeah.
well. She wouldn't want me to
Right.
carry
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, you're on like.
Yeah.
But that's
she's
because you're a woman.
Do you know
And
what I
but
mean?
men don't have that same
But
experience.
I've
as us
had that
with
experience with a guy that I've come on while having sex, and I was like, oh, like in my head I was thinking, oh my gosh, but he was just got me some sanitary towels.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Like,
is
do you know,
that
it's my
is
son's dad. to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yes.
And like, and I just got into
Yeah,
bed,
good
it was
guy.
fine. You get me? Like.
My boys got me sanitary towels the other day.
Oh, that-
And loads of mums say, oh, my kids will like loads of mums are messaging me going, my kids would never go and buy me sanitary towels, and I was just thinking that's crazy. I don't know what you did there.
Yeah.
But why did Sarah? Why would you send your boys to get like?
Because I would.
No, because at the end of the day, if I come on my period, like I'm the type of person that always has pads and tampons in my house anyway. But if I was like, if my son was old enough and I was at home, I've come on, I've got nothing in the house, and he's old enough to run to the shop to bottom of the road.
On
why
a
not?
tangent.
But why
here.
can't you get that?
Because I'm on my period.
Unbelievable.
From
your vagina.
Yeah, but just because you're on your period doesn't stop you from
But
going.
it
does,
is.
because I don't
I don't know what type of period you're on.
My issue is that I've got no sanitary towel on or no
Yeah, but you
tampons,
can
so I'm
go.
trying not to.
No,
I don't think
agree
there's
with that.
anything.
But
I
Tiffany,
lived with my
why
dad.
is it an issue
It
for
is.
a woman
Yeah.
to get it?
I've lived with my
because-
dad for 3 years, like with just me and my dad, and that was when I was younger. And my dad used to take me to well, I lived in Canada, so it was Shoppers Drug Mart
So,
at that point
Tiffany.
to buy sanitary towels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just he's a man, just older than my son. so
Tiffany,
what's
can
the
I
difference?
ask?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
I ask? So, if it was, would you allow like a female family member to go get those, or is that private to you, or is it the fact that it's a man or a child?
I think it's because it's a child.
Okay.
I think I'd be different if it was for example, if it was my husband and he was going
Mhm.
shopping and or keeping
Yeah.
fetches.
Okay.
But for my son, I just think I wouldn't want him to feel uncomfortable going to the shop.
But
I
that's
want-
the thing.
I
I feel like
want
we're
to-
manifesting.
I
We're
just don't
manifesting
think I
that uncomfortable.
Yeah,
This
I-
is how we
we
approach
all have
periods with the
natural-
kids. We say to them, so mum is going to bleed every month for a week. There's going to be
Yeah.
probably one
Mhm.
week out of the month where I'm going to be normal. The hormones will be stable.
Like my son is
Because
literally
between that
bust
time,
in the
we
bathroom
will be
and I'm
up and
putting my
down.
sanitary
Exactly.
towel
I
on.
make
Like
a
I can't
point.
hide that.
You
from
can't hide
him.
it.
Do you
Yeah.
know
I
what
make
mean?
a point of
Well, can't you
showing
lock
my
the
kids.
can't you lock the bathroom door?
Oh, why do I need to? It's my
Yeah.
flat. Do you know what? Why do I
think
need to?
it's so important to normalise that, not only to children but to men
To
specifically.
men, young boys.
Yeah.
So that when they're an adult and they're in this situation or they have a partner
Yeah.
that bleeds and it's not weird, like it's taking the taboo away. So
Exactly.
now my
No, I do get it. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
See my boys, yeah, when I'm on my period, they run me bubble baths.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
like
I feel like that's
Yeah.
how it
They'll
should, yeah.
go to the shop and buy me pads if I
Yeah.
run out. They'll make me
Yeah.
cups of tea of a morning.
Yeah.
They'll make me breakfast. They'll make me dinner. Do you
And
know
that's
what I
how
mean?
when they have girlfriends or
When they
That's
have
the
women,
case, yeah.
when they're big men and they've got women, I'm setting the standards
That's
for what
true.
I'd want in a
That's
man.
very true.
And my boys are gonna be that man. They're gonna step up. They'll get their girlfriend a hamper.
as women, we do go through a few different moods in the month.
Exactly.
As you say, so then
cyclical.
now you say it actually, it's probably good to let your boyfriend, husband, children even
If they
know
do not
that
know.
I'll be this mood on one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because women are complicated, but men are just
Basic.
Flatline, she's a dead flatline.
it is like this, but women we go like this
Yeah,
throughout the month and
yeah.
we're up, we're down, and that is due to our hormones. So I think I think you are right. It's good to let them know. This is what I'm going to be like this week. It's my hormones. It's a hormone imbalance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is good to shout that. And you are right. To be
But
fair.
imagine if you got with a guy and he never experienced
Yeah.
a woman who had periods before, and then he was just like, "Why are you so moody? Why are you always on my case?" Do you know what I mean? If
Yeah,
it was
true.
brought up like the twins, for example, I'm using my own kids that were raised in a home where it was just
Yeah.
acknowledged
Normal.
that I have
Yeah.
a period,
Yeah.
then they'll be more accepting of
Yeah.
a woman's moods and not find that
And that's
so.
how I'm hoping my
Yeah.
son will be, because I'm very like, don't get me like, I don't sexualise myself anyway and things in my home with my son, so I can walk around with my top off and he's playing on his PlayStation
Yeah,
and he's not
100%.
even, do you know, whereas some people are like,
Do you walk around like that in you? Would you? Yeah.
do you know what I mean, like with your kid,
You
and
come out of
like,
your
like I
body.
said, my son's burst into the bathroom and I'm putting on a
Yeah.
Yeah.
my sandwich
so-
towel and I'm
yeah.
like, what are you doing? And he's horrified at what he's looking at. And I'm like, well, firstly, you should have not. Secondly,
And
this is
listen
what
to you.
women have
But
to
do you think
go
it's
through,
fair?
you
Do you
know
think
what
it's
I
fair
mean?
on men that we go through so many different moods in a month? Not saying
Tough
that I
shit.
do.
It's gotten like
Tough shit.
The
Like,
poor
men.
It's not
Somebody
that.
help the
Do
men.
we think it's fair on the men? What about us? What about me?
we're the victims in all of this, girls.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Men are so lucky they get
They
a penis.
have it
They,
so-
they literally, they can piss wherever they want, firstly. Secondly,
Yeah.
Secondly, no one looks at them when they're sex addicts, funkily.
Yeah.
Thirdly, they don't have periods and they don't have to give birth. Fourthly, is they don't, like, the body, when they have birth babies, the body doesn't change in
At
any
all.
way.
Yeah.
At
Plus,
all.
they don't wake up with a different face.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, once I
That
take my
is
makeup,
cis men.
who am I?
That is, yeah, that's
Do you
another
think that
topic.
men have male periods a bit? Because, you know, like I said, do
My-
you think they do though?
My partner is a cyclical person. Like he's a cis guy. He doesn't have blood periods. He's a
I
male.
think like
Yes,
yes,
he
I'm
goes-
sure
it's
it's
like-
been proven that
it's
they
like
have
three-
the peak of the hormonal time.
I think they
and
do as well.
I noticed his is about 3 months long. His cycle.
So every 3 months he'll be.
He'll be
an
going
asshole.
through different moods, yeah.
Because I feel
Oh,
like
no, I think
you have men
I
with,
think
with
that as well.
feminine energy,
Same,
so
I think
do you
that.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I couldn't be with a guy who's on his period for 3 months.
Couldn't be with a guy having
No,
a period.
I just noticed like he'll just have like these moods that
Yeah,
last
I think
so many
male
days. And it
periods-
seems to be full circle every like 3 months.
Yes,
That's just
male
something
periods.
to-
I agree. I think that men do. We do it more often, but I still
Yeah.
still get it.
Yeah.
As you can see from today's discussion, when it comes to sex, we all have different preferences, likes and things that we find acceptable. Although it's one of the most natural acts, sex can often be a really taboo subject because for years it's been moulded by society, culture and religion. When it comes to two consenting adults, there's no right or wrong in terms of what goes on within that sexual relationship. It comes down to whether both parties are fully comfortable and are fully willing. It's so important to become completely comfortable with having those open conversations with the person you're involved with so that you both understand and respect each other's boundaries. This is where it's really important to have a strong sense of self-esteem and know what you're okay with and being confident enough to speak your truth. There is nothing worse in doing something that you're not completely comfortable with in order to try and keep the other person happy or out of fear that if you don't gratify their needs you may lose them. This leads to impacting on your self-esteem and will ultimately lead to problems within the relationship. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and you can also follow us on the Modern Day Woman Show on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.